Hey, first grade friends, it's Miss Plowman. I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes today about a strategy that I want to show you that will be useful for you when you are learning your sight words and your other important reading vocabulary words. It's called arm tapping. In order to say that you have mastered and that you truly know a sight word, you have to be able to read the word correctly, spell the word correctly, and know it on recognition. And you have to be able to do all that. You have to be able to read it, write it, and spell it to know it. Okay. So, in your lessons next week, you are going to be working with 4 sight words, one sight word each day on your lesson guides. And I want to show you and model for you how to arm tap with those first 4 sight words that you're going to be working with. Okay. So, your first sight word that you're going to have next week is the word no. Like if you are asking a question and someone answers you and says no. Okay. So what you're going to do is this. I'm going to stand up so you can see. If you write with your right hand like I do, you are going to tap with your right hand, but you're going to tap over on your left shoulder and your left arm when you tap to spell the word. If you're left handed, you're going to take your left hand and you're going to start on your right arm and you're going to tap from your wrist up to your elbow and shoulder, and you're going to go that way. It's a little bit opposite for the left handers. And I'm going to show you how to do both tapping for right-handed people and left-handed people. Okay. So your first word next week is the word no, like I said earlier. What I would do would take my right hand, I'm going to go to my left shoulder, and I'm going to start at my shoulder, and I'm going to put my arm out like this, and I'm going to tap in, and then go to my elbow and say oh, and then I'm going to take my hand and slide down and go no. We do it again. In, oh, no. That's how we arm tap for that word. If you're left-handed, you're going to take your left hand, you're going to go to your right arm, and you're going to start at your elbow and tap there, and you're going to go up your arm. So you're going to tap at your elbow or your wrist and say in, go to your elbow, oh, and then you're going to take your hand and slide up and say no. Let's do that again. In, oh, no, and slide up your shoulder that way. Okay? All right, your second word next week is the word is. Right-handed people, take your right hand, left shoulder and arm, and start at your shoulder and go down. I-S is. Let's do it again. Shoulder to elbow. I-S is. Okay? Left-hander people, left-handers. Okay? Take your left hand, go to your right arm, start at your wrist, and tap from your wrist to your elbow, and then slide up. I-S is. And slide up to your shoulder. Do it again. I-S is. Okay? Your third word next week is can. Now, it has an extra letter. It has 3 letters instead of 2. So what we do, right-handed people, take your right hand, and you're going to go to your left shoulder and tap starting with your shoulder, elbow, down to your wrist. Here we go. C-A-N, and then you're going to slide from shoulder down. Can. Let's do it again if you're right-handers. C-A-N, can. Okay? Now, if you're a left-hander, take your left hand. Let's go to your right arm, and we're going to start at your wrist, go to your elbow, up to your shoulder, and then slide up from wrist up to your shoulder. Here we go. C-A-N, can. Try it again. C-A-N, can. And if you're doing this with me and practicing at home, good for you. You're doing a good job. I just know it. Okay, your last word next week, your sight word that you're going to be working with at home is me. So right-handed people, take your right hand, go to your left arm and shoulder. Let's start at our shoulder and go down and tap. M, tap at your elbow, E, and then you're going to slide from shoulder down. Me, and say it as you slide. Let's do it again. M-E, me. Okay? Now, left-handers, take your left hand. Again, go to your right arm, and let's start at our wrist, go to our elbow, and then slide up with our hand. Here we go. M on your wrist, E, and then slide up. Me, and say it as you slide your hand. Let's do it again to practice. M on your wrist, tap your elbow for E, and then slide up and say it. Me. Okay? So that's called arm tapping. We will be doing a lot of arm tapping this year when we are working on words and vocabulary like our sight words, and soon to be you're going to learn about something called red words. And I just wanted to show that to you so that can be helpful to you at home as you're learning these words so that you will know how to spell them correctly, write it correctly, and read it correctly on recognition when you see it in a book or a story or any other place that you're reading. Okay? So you might want to practice that at home some. All right, guys. Hopefully that'll be helpful for you. Hopefully I'll get to see you soon. Love you guys. Bye.